Hi traders, apologise for the late video. I only had a lot of gremlins in my recording video last night, so I did a couple of videos, didn't work. But let's get straight into this market. Now let's just gauge sentiment in the market here. This is the Nikkei on the daily on the right, the weekly on the left. On this weekly, I'm seeing this as a massive bull flag. There's the mast, and here's the flag. So you can see we're right in an apex here. Whichever way we break out is going to be the direction for probably the run up into the end of the year. So we had this selling on the daily last week. We came right into this level here and sold off. So we come out of this. This could come crashing down. We can't close above the 8. This could come crashing down. But close above the 8 today. This is the Sunday bar here. Friday's bar, Sunday's bar, and here we are a couple of hours into the Euro session. We close above 14,400 and I would expect that to continue up. Fed day on Wednesday. Before I forget, don't forget the US is 4 hours adrift to us, not 5. US move their clocks back next weekend, so by the time you get used to this 4-hour difference, it will change back to 5. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm sitting on my hands. I'm waiting to see if this can close above that level, or are we going to roll over. So this area here is absolutely crucial. Now let's look at the Dow. This bar is Fridays here. This is Sunday. So big open on Sunday, right into that reversal bar here. And then we are, at the moment, we are just hovering around 15,600. If we open up more than 70, 80 points, we could just have a pro gap and run. My guess is with Fed day on a Wednesday, we could see this pull back at least to the 8, 15,500, if not lower. And then, depending on what happens on Fed day, we could go either way. RSI is getting high, stochastics is sitting very, very high. But the weekly, we're right up against that wall in the weekly. It's a massive wall. We've had 3 very good weeks since the shutdown was resolved. 3 good weeks. We're in a box with the 50 EMA creeping up and 8 and 21 cross on the weekly. So this is telling. So watch today's close very carefully. I think at the very least we need to test that 8 again. At the very least. So I think come Wednesday we might drift down lower here, and then we will get the move. If we come down to 15,500 and hold, then it's good news. Market is on the whole pretty bullish. This is the Nasdaq. Nice weekly close. That's Friday's bar there, so it's a hesitant Friday close. So we fail to close here, start closing under there, then expect this to come off. So the RSI and stochastics to come off. But drift lower, hold it, and we're heading higher. S&P is exactly the same. This is Friday, Sunday, and currently Monday. So that area there, for the S&P, 750 is massive. And to me, this EMA is very bullish. A test of that, 750, could see that shoot up. So all eyes on the Nikkei for the close on the Nikkei, and that will lead, I think, to a decision on the dollar and the yen, and the dollar and the yen will dictate what I do with the pound US and the pound yen. Euro has moved up, pulled back. I spent a long time in that box, a long time. This little bar here, once we typical in a bullish consolidation. You will get a drop. Wait for the 50 EMA to catch up, and then we run up. Wait for the 8, we run up. So we could just wait for the 8 and then break to 140. And that would mean a pullback to about 137, 137.50, possibly lower. The way these markets are at the moment, we're lucky to see 137.50. Okay, so I don't agree with the bears on the pound and the euro. All I'm seeing at the moment is buying at the lows. But I will be swayed by the Nikkei and the Monday closes. Let's look at the Aussie US because that's very interesting. That is, so there's Friday, there's Sunday. At the moment we're just seeing this. So the high yielding currencies like the Aussie are coming up. But look at this, we've got a reversal bar under this 52 and a cross. So we certainly hit a lot of resistance here. However, we've got 8 and 21 cross here. I would buy any pullbacks. So if we saw 95, if we did drop to 95, I would be a buyer because this 50 EMA will creep up. 200 will widen open. And then we can see if we can get up to some of these high levels, perhaps even back to parity. Weekly stochastics are high. RSI is just above the midline. The daily stochastics could turn up if we get the cross there. So I'm watching. But overall, I'm just seeing. I'm not seeing any selling signals yet, but I am on high alert for selling signals. But I remain bullish. Oil, I think I called the turn on back in the last week. I think any pullbacks to 97 are to be bought, and I think we'll see at least 100, if not more, which is a good typical seasonal move. Gold is nice weekly chart here. This is forming potential nice W. So any pullbacks to 1330, 25, to this kind of area here, to be bought. Let's see if we can get up to 14 again. Quick look across some other currency pairs, but yeah, if we're to move to the upside, then this US dollar yen has got to come up. So look for a hammer. We've got a hammer here. I would actually start to buy that. The one I do like is the CAD yen. This is a hammer on Friday's bar. Friday, Sunday. So we're already breaking, just breaking the hammer. So look for any pullbacks on that one, because I think that could start to creep up on that. We have got, yeah, we're sitting on that pivot. This is a major level for the CAD yen. And I think with the oil coming up, I think that will drag. Yes, this is a commodity currency. I think the CAD yen will start to bounce up, but look out for the Nikkei. If you're going to trade the yen, look out for the Nikkei. Right, stocks. I'm going to move on to stocks now quickly. I've done 3 or 4 videos now with the problems I've had. So I'm just going to glance over stocks, and I'll work on stocks more in the Traders Roundtable. I like the banks. I think the UK banks are looking really good. That's opened high. This is Lloyd's. That needs a pullback. But RBS and Barclays. It's interesting doing this on Monday because we can have a look at how the Open's handling it. Look at the 200 EMA on the weekly on the Barclays. So look for the close above 270. Close above 270 and I'll be a buyer. 3i is an investment group, it's not a bank, but let's have a look at it. Keep your eye on this one because we had a nice move into that monthly R1. We have a stopping bar on the 50 EMA and that's a buy. But I think we're heading up to 400 on that. Not far off 400. Let's go and find Barclays. Not Barclays, sorry, RBS. RBS must be here. Yeah, so we've opened up well on this one. I would look for a pullback to 3. If you look at the pan back on this, I think this is another bull flag. Yeah, all the dips are bought. Nice pullback to this support, massive support here, and I think we could break 390 here. So if we get a pullback, 365. Any dips in this market, particularly with Fed Day coming up on Wednesday, look out for buying opportunities. And BP, I think BP is in recovery mode. If you're not in it, I would look for 445. I think they can go to at least 465 sometime soon. And I like Standard Chartered's doing well. It's having a good day so far. Got to close above 1540. And US, hang on a second, let me just, I like Man Group, I like that pulls back to 88. I think that's a buy. We are high at the moment. 2 nice weeks into this, I think we're potentially heading back to through 100 and into next year back up to those highs at 135. But we are extended up here, so 87 is a great place to get in. I would mark 87. We've got the 200. We're contesting the daily 200 up there. Taking Lyle. That's extended. That will be a pullback to 780. Yeah, 780 is a good price. I don't think we'll see 764. Might do. It's very congested up there, very extended. Be patient. That's a buy and hold for me. Domino Pizza has been struggling. I still think we're going to do okay. I think this is, we've had 3 touches of this 620. I think we could break out of this. I think this is a massive area of support. The congestion moving averages here. As long as we don't start closing below 580, I think we could bust up here and get to 650. Okay, that's it for now. And please join me in the Traders Roundtable. I'm going over the key pivots, a reminder of what the key pivots are, how I trade the pivots, and why pivots are so important to my trading. So it's going to be pivots all the way. So please join me, and I'll see you then. Hope you have a good trading day.